Let me break something to you: attraction isn't about attraction status or even charm. It's about strategy, and many men fail because they chase rather than create an irresistible attraction. You might think she has already made it clear she's not interested. But here's the reality: women don't always know what they want until you show them. Definitely, even the one who's ignoring your text messages or keeping you in a friend zone could find herself attracted to you, but only if you understand how to flip the script. And remember this: it isn't about manipulation. It's about knowing how attraction truly works. The problem? Many men don't understand women at all. They seem needy, try too hard, or lose hope completely. News flash: none of it works. Women are attracted to men who know their value, not men who beg for attention or try to show they are good enough. Here's where it gets controversial: attraction is not about persuading her you're the perfect choice. It's about making her understand she doesn't want to lose you. That change doesn't happen while you're chasing her or catering to her every desire. It occurs when you become the man she cannot ignore. And definitely, this works even when she claims she's not interested. So what's the secret? It begins by flipping your mentality. Stop focusing on her feelings for you and begin building your worth, both internally and externally. Women are wired to react to strength, self-assurance, and enigma. The instant you begin to act like she's the prize, you lose. But if you live like you're the prize, something shifts. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to attract any woman, even those who look uninterested. This isn't about playing games or pretending to be a person you're not. It's about understanding how to present yourself as the man she can't stop thinking about. If you're ready to stop chasing and begin attracting, let's dive into it. 1. Stop worrying about her opinion. The fastest way to lose a woman's interest is by trying too hard to obtain approval. Most men fall into this trap, believing they need to say the right things, act in a particular way, or avoid irritating her. This attitude screams insecurity. Here's the reality: as soon as you begin to care too much about what she thinks, you give her all the power. And when she gets all the power, attraction disappears. Women have a natural attraction to men who look unaffected. Why? Because confidence is seductive. When you prioritize her viewpoint over your own, you give the impression that you value her more than yourself. That's not charming, it's weak. You need to flip the script. Rather than worrying about what she thinks, concentrate on being the greatest version of yourself. You will be shocked at how her perspective changes when you stop seeking validation. Now, this doesn't suggest being arrogant or uncaring. It's about detaching emotionally from her validation. For instance, if you are on a date, don't overestimate her every reaction. If she laughs, wonderful. If she doesn't, stay calm. Be comfortable enough in your skin that her reaction, or lack of it, doesn't affect your mood. 2. Focus on your own value. If you want to attract any woman, even one who looks uninterested, you need to redirect the attention from her to yourself. Many men make the mistake of focusing all their attention on impressing a woman rather than improving their own value. Here's the painful reality: a woman won't value you if you don't first value yourself. Concentrating on your own value implies being a kind of man who is naturally charming. This does not mean faking confidence or striving to come off perfect. It's about improving yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally to a point where you stand out without even trying. When you focus on yourself, you become the guy who doesn't need to chase. Women see that. Most men focus on what a woman wants rather than asking, "What do I bring to the table?" Are you establishing a career or simply getting by? Do you have pastimes and hobbies, or is your life boring without her? Are you focused on improving your fitness, or do you just talk about getting in shape? A high-value man concentrates on improving every aspect of his life. When you level up, her interest flows naturally. 3. Don't chase, create enigma. Chasing a woman is the quickest way to push her away. Think about it: how do you feel if somebody continually stays around you, looking for your attention? It's overwhelming, exhausting, and even irritating. Women feel the exact same way when men chase them. The more you chase her, the more you show that you don't have options, and that's a turnoff. Now let's flip the script. Rather than chasing, concentrate on creating enigma. Women have a natural attraction to things they can't easily figure out. If you're always available, always messaging first, or always willing to meet up, there's no challenge. She already knows where you stand, and the excitement disappears. 4. Master the art of silence. In certain instances, the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Silence is a strategy that many men disregard when it comes to attraction. It's not just whatever you say, but also about how and when you choose to say it, or not say it. Here's the problem: many men talk way too much. They try to fill every empty space in a conversation, explain themselves constantly, or overwhelm her with text messages when she's being quiet. This excessive communication doesn't make you look confident, it makes you look desperate. Women notice when a man is awkward with silence, and it suggests insecurity. Silence, on the other side, speaks volumes. It shows patience, maturity, and confidence. A man who can tolerate silence without trying to fill it is a man who emanates confidence. Women consider this as being resilient since it shows you're not scared to let things evolve naturally. For instance, if a woman looks aloof or does not respond to your message immediately, your inclination could be to follow up or ask what's up. Don't let the silence work for you. When you stop reacting instantly, she begins to wonder what's going on in your mind. That curiosity might develop into attraction since she's now thinking about you rather than the other way around. 5. Ignite her curiosity. Many men make it much easier for women to understand them. They put all their cards on the table during the first few conversations, their hobbies, their ambitions, and even their whole life story. Let me be clear, this kills attraction. If you disclose everything up front, there's no space for enigma, and without enigma, there's no curiosity. Here's where most men go wrong: they think that being an open book is what makes them appealing or likable. The reality? It only makes them dull. Women have a natural attraction to things they can't totally understand. If you're predictable and highly transparent, you give her nothing to think about. She stops wondering about you, and that ignition disappears before it even starts. Men, wake up. If you're the man who continuously texts, "What are you doing?" or updates her on every little detail of your day, you are doing it wrong. You have to create room for curiosity to flourish. Rather than responding to every question directly or sharing your intentions in full, leave certain details out. Let her imagination do the work. For instance, if she asks, "What are you up to this coming weekend?" don't lay out your plan like a tour guide. A simple, "Got some fascinating things planned. I will let you know how it goes," is enough. This keeps her captivated and curious about your life. 6. Build emotional tension. Attraction is not just about physical attraction, it's about emotional tension. This is the concealed connection that keeps a woman thinking about you even if you're not around. The reality is, many men fail to create this tension because they have no idea how to engage a woman emotionally. They depend on superficial conversations and normal behavior, which could be safe but is also forgettable. Let me tell you something: women don't fall for men who are playing it safe. If all of your interactions are boring, excessively polite, or just nice, you are missing the point. Emotional tension stems from creating a connection that keeps her captivated, intrigued, and sometimes off balance, in a positive way. This is not about being arrogant or manipulative, it is about breaking the routine and making her feel something she cannot ignore. A lot of men avoid risks in conversations or interactions because they fear rejection or embarrassment. But here's the reality: if she feels nothing when she's with you, she will move on. Emotional tension is about stretching boundaries just enough to trigger a reaction. Perhaps it's teasing her about something little or totally disagreeing with her point of view. It's those brief moments of tension, combined with playfulness, that keep things interesting. 7. Set boundaries and stick to them. One of the terrible mistakes men make is failing to set boundaries. They bend backwards to please a woman, even at the sacrifice of their own comfort, time, or principles. Guess what? That doesn't make you charming, it makes you a pushover. Women do not value men who cannot stand up for themselves, and without respect, there's no attraction. Creating boundaries is about knowing your value and refusing to compromise it. It involves understanding what you will and won't accept, not just in relationships, but in life. If you allow a woman to walk all over you, she will lose interest quicker than you think. Why? Because she needs a partner, not a doormat. Here is a fact: boundaries are not only about saying no to her, they are about saying yes to yourself. They prove that you have dignity and a life of your own. Whether it is about how much time you are willing to give, what kind of behavior you will tolerate, or how you want to be treated, boundaries make it obvious you're not desperate for her validation. 8. Show, don't tell your confidence. Confidence is one of the most appealing attributes you can have, but here's where many men go wrong: they try to convince people how confident they are rather than just showing it. There's a huge difference between bragging about how great you are and actually embodying it. The reality is, ladies don't care about your self-proclaimed confidence, they are concerned about what they feel when they are around you. Think about the men you've seen who show real confidence. They don't brag. They don't need to justify themselves, and they do not require constant approval. Their presence dominates the room without uttering a word. They stand tall, talk clearly, and move with motive. That's the type of confidence that attracts people in. The key here is that confidence is not something you can fake. It's something that has to come from inside. It's not about continually showing off or trying to impress other people. Confidence is silent. It's understanding you have value without trying to prove it. When you're truly confident, you don't care about how people see you since you already know your value.